that now here in these last days he's been speaking to you through his Son. All things, everything that exists ultimately is in submission to him, belongs to him. He is the heir. And through Jesus, we're told that God created the world. Fact that we know, but this helps us to understand a lot better. We talked about that before, but where he says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. Here, Hebrews 1 helps us understand exactly what he was talking about there. If you read on through John, you understand. You're like, okay, I get you were talking about Jesus there, but here, Hebrews is backing that up and saying, every Son of God, but what is he all about? Verse 3 starts to answer that. He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the power, or by the word of his power. After making purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. He is the radiance of God. What does that make you think of? What's something that has radiance? A little bit of a trap question. It reflects light. Okay, and so that's an important part here. If you're reading through, what they understood is they were imprint. It's like you're stamping a coin, or you're branding cattle, or I was about to say printing money, but I just said stamping a coin. Man, what else did I write down? I had a whole list here. But making an impression in clay. It's, I have my original and I'm stamping it down, and what is left is exactly what I wanted it to be. I was on a plane on the way back, and a guy just overheard a conversation that was going on in between a couple of Americans that were both in business together. They were both in business in China, not together, to check on it, to talk about things, but he had this belt buckle that he wanted copies made of. I don't know how many they were making, but it was a whole bunch of them. We are one and with me, you've seen the Father. If you know me, you know the Father, because we are identical. We are the same. We have the same essence, the same glory, the same power. And so that's what the Hebrew writer is talking about here, that he is this perfect imprint, the exact representation of the nature, the glory, and the power of God. That which you beheld, that which you of God, a messenger of God, a prophet of God, not even an angel of God. He was exactly the exact impression of him. John 14:9. Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. Therefore, we want to listen to him, right? We want to trust him. We want to believe him. This is the foundation of our faith. So we better know who he is. We better be established, firmly rooted in knowing this, he is God, that he's not someone claiming to be less or lying about who he is. And this power that he talks about there in verse 3. He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power. Perfect, he was without sin.